Welcome to Post Game on the Pitch, and all I've got to say is Viva Las Vegas.
Vegas, yeah.
Yeah, what about Vegas?
Everything about Vegas. I mean, we're going to Vegas next Tuesday. Big match on Wednesday, so it's exciting times around here.
Forgot to say that the Sounders beat.
Oh, yeah. Sounders won tonight. That's the main thing. We're more excited about Vegas than anything.
Right, so the Sounders beat Santos Laguna for the semifinals. So that means they will go to Vegas and play the winner of tomorrow's game, and we won't know that. And between Pumas
and Leon.
So the winner of that will play the Sounders next Wednesday, and we were all like little church mice scurrying about once we knew who won.
Yeah.
And it was the late drama.
Huge drama. It came down to a Raul Ruiz goal, and I think 90th plus 2 minutes right behind us. And it seems like a lot of action happens right behind us the past few matches. And Raul puts it home thanks to Leo Chu's perfect assist. The debut, Schmetzer said, wasn't perfect, but the stories will be written that he came up with a game-winning assist.
That's what happens when you do post-game on the pitch, because then everything happens behind you. But to your point, in terms of there were 3 minutes of stoppage time, and absolutely Lucio makes, like you said, a slide rule pass to a running Raul Diaz, and of course he got grabbed, took a shot, keeper saved it, and he got the rebound.
Well, and that's what he does. He's a professional goal scorer. He's not going to be deterred by the first shot, the initial shot being blocked. He's going to follow his shot, and that's what he does, and that's why he's on path right now, on pace to be the MVP of the league. He's the leading goal scorer in the league. Obviously, this is an MLS match, but that's just, he's a professional goal scorer, and he finds a way, even in the dying minutes of a game that necessarily they wouldn't have lost, would have gone to PKs, but just to come up huge for his team. That's why he was signed, and that's what he has performed and contributed to the Sounders organization.
The Sounders play, minus Menace for you, how did they play?
You came to me at halftime or around halftime and asked me how I felt, and I felt good when it was 0-0 and Seattle dominated the first half for the most part. But then in the second half, you started to see, you know, they came back and the high press really started to bother the Sounders, and possession really was dominated, and Sounders couldn't really get back into the attacking third. And then I was still wavering a little bit, but it was still 0-0. And there's something about the Sounders scoring late goals, you just feel confident they can pull one out. Luckily, I was right today, but I think overall it wasn't a perfect game, but it was a game needed, and it was a game that they ended up taking what was in front of them, and they got the win. That's the biggest part.
Yeah, patience was the key for the Sounders. They really, they weathered down the Santos press right before halftime. That's why I came, and then the start of the second half, they actually had the Sounders kind of scurry. I mean, they were, they had that line, and they were a little confused, but they were patient. To your point, they weathered the storm, and then they started getting some passes inside, and that's when you saw what happened in the second half.
And the dangerous thing, there's a few times Santos had a really good free kick location, and in all honesty, they should have been up 1-0. That shot that was over goal, I think it was late in the second half, and Stephen Fry didn't get his hand to it, but it just deflected off the post, and Sounder fans are a little upset at the post this season, but it bailed them out there. And who knows? And then obviously the counter, I want to give credit to Stephen Fry as coach, that came out and punched it, which allowed for the counter, which allowed for Ruiz to end up scoring. I mean, those free kicks were very dangerous, and Sounders luckily got away without giving up a goal.
And I'll say it. I'll go ahead and say it. He is the GOAT, and the mini GOAT is not quite ready.
No heir apparent, nothing like that.
Well, there is. He's just not quite even heir or apparent. He's not quite there. That's Stefan Cleveland. And we joke around, but to your point, absolutely. And Schmetzer said this in the post-game press conference that, it really makes a difference. When they were getting ready to make the substitutions in terms of the penalties, he didn't have to worry about Stefan Fry, because he knew that to his words exactly, that he would give us something in the extra, as he did in 2016.
Yeah, and Stephen Fry, the greatest moment, arguably, in Sounders history, is still Stephen Fry making a save on Josie Altidore. So you just expect him to come up with big saves. It's going to be interesting to see, it would have been interesting to see if Cleveland was the one who got the start today, because it was questioned whether Fry would be in goal, but it ended up being the right choice, and moving to Vegas.
All right, so there it is. And obviously Stefan Fry has been
Stefan's right.
Yeah, man, Stefan Steve, right? So from time and time again, he has made big saves, and which is what you expect for goalkeepers that are that represent a big club, and especially with the second 2 games coming off an injury.
Yeah. Coming off, as Smith said, an emotional one against Minnesota. The run of form wasn't great. Fry said it felt good physically to be back out there, but mentally being focused for 90 minutes was the biggest thing. So bouncing back immediately and playing a semifinal match with Vegas on the mind, with a championship, a trophy, on your mind, you got to be extra sharp. And Stefan, again, Fry was especially sharp today. He came up with big time plays, and plays that, not saying Cleveland wouldn't have made, but it feels good to have a veteran in the goal.
Fair enough. And so we don't know if we'll do the post game on the pitch in Vegas, but we'll be there. And
post game from the Strip.
There you go. All right. Well, right now it's post game from the pitch. I'm Vito Mara. He's Brandon Brown of Eli Sports. We didn't even do the introduction.
No, that's fine. They know what's by now.
Yeah, you already know. We'll do the little placards before that. So again, Brandon Brown of Eli Sports. Vito Mara of CascadiaSports.net. Thanks, my brother, and thank you all for listening and watching.